if you will. All right. We do always rise and give honor to the Most High Yah. His Son, Yeshua, the true Messiah. Always to all of y'all divine preachers in every place. Preaching, teaching, living y'all's divine word. Always to beloved ministers that labor in this part of vineyard, whom I'm not ashamed to call brethren. Kodesh greetings to them in their respective places. Always to those that are watching by way of live internet, to the dispersed, to the scattered, to the Jews first, then also to the Gentiles. Kodesh greeting to them in their respective places. As we often say last, never least, to the way of Yah synagogue.
Amen.
Proper unto you all in your respective places.
Amen.
Once again, from TV, internet, radio, wherever our voice can be heard, wherever we can be seen. Before we came on, had nothing come on. When we go off, absolutely ain't nothing else coming on. If they're not teaching Kodesh, living a clean, sanctified life, the people ain't in nothing, and they hadn't heard nothing. This is an attempt to collect the debt. Whatever you hypocrite, false pretend, backbite, mumble and grumble against will be used in that collection of a debt. These messages are always being recorded for quality assurance to make sure no side deals get cut with nobody. But everybody got to come in, brother, red, straight, narrow path. At the 10th chapter of the book of Romans at verse 1. Wonderful Savior.
Amen.
Other brother, get me St. John chapter 4 and about verse 20. Isn't that right? Matter of fact, get me St. John 8 and 30 first. St. John 8 and 30, the other brother got me Romans the 10th chapter, and the other one hold me St. John chapter 4 at verse 20. Y'all all right? Tell them I'm a true Jew. Isn't that right? Listen to the book.
As he spake these words,
many did what?
Believed on him.
Then said who?
Jesus to those Jews
that did what?
Believed on him.
If ye
continue in my word,
then
are ye my disciples indeed.
And ye shall know
the truth,
and the truth
shall make you free.
That's what we got to get to.
Amen.
Truth of the matter being told, folks, we don't know the truth. That means we still bound. Let's be honest. We hadn't known who he was, and today we hadn't activated the knowledge of knowing who we are, which means we still bound. He told me in the 5th chapter of the book of St. John that if you don't believe that I'm he said, you're going to die in your sins. Isn't that right? The only way to be free from dying in your sin is to know who he is. That's why we're here. Isn't that right?
Amen.
That's St. John chapter 10 at verse 1. Other one hold me St. John chapter 4 at verse 20. Listen.
Amen. Romans 10 and 1.
Listen.
Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to God for Ysrael is.
For Israel is.
That they might be saved.
Listen.
For I bear them record that they have a zeal of God.
But not
according to knowledge.
That's us. When we know he's talking about praying for Israel, who were they sent to the apostle? To the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He noticed there is, as Brother Brandon was saying, there's a remnant. There's a remnant. We out here. But the truth being told, they come down to the knowledge of God. We just ignorant. Ain't that right? We just ignorant. But the Lord had come along to try to transform us by the renewing of our minds so we can prove whether they're good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Isn't that right? So we have to understand the importance of knowing who he is, and identifying and knowing who he is. Then we know what we have to come along. We have to try to emulate. What does emulate, brother? Huh? Do what? We'll take it. We'll take the above. That's right. We got to come along. Paul talked about he was trying to provoke some to jealousy by emulation. And that through watching how he walked, we got to use that same pattern in order for us to try to achieve excellence. Isn't that right? We follow the same pattern that Abraham, that Isaac, that Jacob, that they came along, they set precedents for us. Isn't that right? We have to believe that this man did come. He was identified. Isn't that right? He was crucified. He was resurrected. He was justified. We got to believe that. People going around there, and the argument is nobody know who the right God is. Who's to say who's right? But we have to know. The book teaches us that the word of the Lord is what now? Is right. And all his works are done in truth. Isn't that right? It's the truth. However God allowed things to happen and work, it's the truth. Isn't that right? This Ebola virus come along and wiping out and plaguing Africa. Africa know who their God is, but they turned away from it. They did the same thing we did here. You know what we learned from these people? They're just as oppressed in their homeland and we are over here in our captivity. Come on, African can't identify. You found an African sitting on here, you talk with him, you walk up. You say, I'm trying to think how to. I said, what is it, chop? African? African. So, bonjour. He was oppressed. He lost his own native custom or culture, his language, in order so he can be identified by his oppressor. The same thing we've done today, they take it away, they wiped it from us. Let me tell you something. These people got a plan after a while. Hispanic won't even be speaking Spanish. Once they get here and set them on American Dream Hope, they're going to be speaking better English. They ain't going to remember their old language anymore. It'll be like they'll say a couple of words every now and then. And Nacho Bel Grande. No, they know that's Hispanic. Isn't that right? Just being honest. These people are going to wipe it away from them. But the people that's the most oppressed, the people that are more concerned about is us. Yeah. Now, Paul come along and says, hard in prayer for God for Israel, that they might be saved. Why wasn't he praying for the Gentiles? He was sent to the Gentiles. Pick me up at Romans 1 and 14. Sometimes people think we come along with self-preservation for our own, that we don't care about others. That's a lie. That's a lie. Now, Paul just came along and told you that his prayer to God for Israel that they might be saved. So there's a prayer made, intercession made for Israel. Don't be no fool now. Y'all hear me? There is a prayer made for Israel. Even when Yeshua prayed for the apostle, he said, I pray not for who? When he prayed for the apostles, he was specifically saying that he prayed for them. He prayed for them first. He wasn't praying for nobody but them. Ain't that right? He started talking about how he separated them. He was not aware, even how he separated himself when he said sanctify. He separated himself. He came around last and said he didn't pray for them alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through. So there was a prayer made for them. Beside that made for the people. Y'all got me? Let's see what he told right here. This is Romans 1:14. He still got me the 10th chapter book of Romans. The other one got me St. John 4 and 20. Listen.
I am debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarians.
Yeah.
Both to the wise and to the unwise.
Listen.
So, as much as in me is,
I'm what?
ready to preach the gospel.
To who?
You that are at Rome also.
To who?
You that are at Rome also.
To who?
You that are at Rome also.
Talk to me, son.
For I am not ashamed of the gospel of Christ.
For it is the what?
Power of God.
Unto who?
Salvation.
To who?
Everyone that believeth.
To?
The Jew first, and also to the Greek.
He said he was ready to preach it, but he got to go to the Jew first. See, you know what happened? It's amazing. The order for other people to become accepted to other people, it's hard for us to sit around and admit that we're racist. We have to be racist. A Jew have to be racist. You can't be a true Jew without being racist. Just not, it's impossible. If he's going to say to the Jew first, what is he saying about everybody else? They're beneath them. Even when the woman sat at the table, when Jesus sat down, she asked him to heal her daughter. What did he tell her? He said he can't take the children's bread and give it to who? Was she a Jew? She was a woman of Canaan, which let her know she was beneath a Jew. Folks, it's just being honest. We can't put the problem we got. We keep trying to put ourselves on the same field with these people. You can't put yourself in the same field with these people. Peter clearly told Cornelius when he went into the house of Cornelius, you do know that it's an unlawful thing for a Jew to come into any of another nation. Which meant he was racist. You know what a racist is, right? One that believes that his nationality is superior. That's what a racist is. Somebody come up and they don't like you. You're a racist. No, they can be prejudiced. Y'all need to know the difference. See, white people, listen, y'all start using these words. You don't know. They just look at you because they made the word up. Most of you don't know the difference. Same thing. What's a racist? Your mama. They know you're ignorant. Come on. They always say they know you're ignorant. So you don't want everybody to know you. Everybody don't have to know you ignorant if you keep your mouth shut and just. Isn't that right? Keep your mouth shut and just smile and nod. They'll know you're a dummy, but it didn't come out your mouth. Let me tell you something. By our teaching, by the information, by our God, we're separated people. You know what racists usually do? Where y'all think these people learning from the Klan? Where y'all think they get it from? Nobody can be a bigger racist than a Jew. See people come along and learn, and then you know what's amazing about them? They keep trying to say they're trying to preserve their race. They tell you, we just don't want our integrating with them. Where that come from? That came from us. Our law told us not to marry any of them of another nation. Why these people? We look at these people. That's why people look at us as hypocrites. Because we really don't know what we're doing. Who was taught not to marry any of these people? We were taught not to marry any people. Abraham swore that we sit around these folks will swear their kids off. Ellie, if you marry one of them, you cut off. I ain't got nothing else to do with you. Abraham had that. Moses gave that to us. We wound up getting cast out of our land. They just say, man, white people so dirty. They kid marry somebody black. They'll write them out of their will. They'll cut them out of their inheritance, and they'll cut them off. Where did they get it from? That's why Paul said, brother, my heart desire and prayer to God for Israel that you might be saved. So I'm bearing record. Y'all do have an enthusiasm, but it ain't knowledge. Amen. Come on back to the 10th chapter of the book of Romans. I ain't telling y'all to mistreat nobody. I'm just telling you to think better about yourself. Stop making people think that it's hatred when you start to think or you start to look at yourself in a different light. Other races do it all the time.
Amen.
The only time it's a problem when blacks start looking at one another, start looking at themselves in a different light. Every one of us get afro. Y'all that group that hate white people. All of them get a Dixie flag, an American flag. That ain't nothing. I mean, we can't do nothing. If all of us do something uniform, we done. Anything we do uniform, we done. Bunch of us put on some canvases together, black canvas, black shirt. Y'all some of them black people that kill white folk. Bunch of white boys come out with fatigues on, spitting tobacco. This ain't nothing. I'm being honest. Come on, be realistic. We got to get to self-preservation. Self-preservation for a Jew is to get back to his God. For them, they trying to get back to their historical stance that they feel like they have, which is a lie. We're trying to get back to the truth. And the only way to do it is get to the word. That's what he looked at where Israel is. When you've been taken and you've been cut off from your God and trying to get back, recover is hard. Other people have come along and they're serving our God better than we do. Second Chronicles, chapter 17, verse 18. Let's say what I want. Wonderful Savior.
Amen.
Might be 2 Kings chapter 17. Let me see. See if it's 2 Kings 17. Give me about verse 18. I love this thing because it's right.
Amen.
Listen to the book.
Therefore, the Lord was very angry with Israel.
Yeah.
And removed them out of his sight.
Back me up a little bit. Put me about verse 15. Let me see what happened. Come on.
And they rejected his statutes and his covenant that he made with their fathers, and his testimonies which he testified against them. And they followed vanity and became vain.
Y'all hear what happened? Let's just be honest with ourselves. Why is this important? This was part of our history teacher. Y'all remember y'all were taught your history? This is part of our history teacher. I talked about before how ignorant I was. Ignorant is just not knowing. Know the definition of ignorant versus being stupid. I was very ignorant when I looked at God's destruction or God's wrath toward his people because I never viewed it from his standpoint of looking at his people disobedient to his statute, to his commandments, and to his judgment. To God, these are things that's life-giving for him. Y'all hear me? Choose life and live. We have to look at this. Obeying God's word is life-giving to us. Who we refer to as a life-giver? Eve, which means now we bring productive seed. Life-giver. The word is a life-giver. We look at him even in the form of Eve. He's a life-giver. We proceeded out from him just like every man that came along proceeded out from Eve. Y'all got me? So now we start to look at what put them in their detriment. He said we rejected all his statutes and his judgment that he gave to our fathers. Listen.
And became vain.
And we became vain. What does it mean vain for us? Futile. What profit was it? What profit were we to him? He said we became free. God looked at what is your profit or profitability? What's my profit margin with you at where you're going? A stock that's constantly plummeting. What's the chance of me gaining something from something that's constantly falling? That's what God looked. You know what the best thing to do with it, Brother Hector? Get out while you got a chance. That's what God did. Before it crashed, get out of it. Make sense for us? How many of y'all remember the movie Fallen? In the movie, there was a spirit that would inhabit bodies. If somebody was getting ready to die, what they had to do in order? That's why it was falling. Before it died, before he wound up dying, then he had to get out of it. That's what God looked at with Israel. He saw we were constantly plummeting. We were going down. Get out while he had a chance. Go ahead and bury your losses and let it go. Does it make sense? This is what we're looking at. When he see that you're not going to comprehend, you're not going to retain, you're not going to follow, you're not going to receive instruction, as the book of Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter said, you obey not the voice of your teacher. You wouldn't do none of these things. He said, no matter howsoever I corrected them, you still got them corrupted your way. So God let it was better to get out of here. Listen.
And went after the heathen that were round about them.
Wow. Wait, who are the heathen? Other nations. What we find around us? Let me tell y'all something. Let's just be honest. The average of us eat other culture food more than we eat our own food. How many times a week you eat what they call quote unquote soul food? How many times a week? How many of y'all could give me a number? 2, 3. How many times a week do you eat other people, other nationality food? We go out to the people. It's amazing. That's not to say it's a sin to eat other people's food. This is what we don't. Orientals, Hispanics are going to stay with their native food. Every now and then they'll go out and get something. That's a part of who they are. They're going to stay with they're going to stay. That's a part of who they are. Brother Head, how long has it been since you've been in Puerto Rico living? How long? 20 years. You still drink the guava juice and different things. That's what things you grew up with. Those were things relate back to where you come from. Us, we get away from stuff we learn. See, other people, it's stuff that you grew up doing, the coconut water. It's certain things, other nationality, with they know they Jew. I'm just giving usually as an example. People go back to trait different things that associate them to who they are, except for us. See, the whole thing, what they do with us, they're around us. They don't take on our trait other than taking our God. Or building a God that's similar to our God. They always want their God to do what our God does. They learn from our God about a God. They learn from us about a God. And they try to mimic, they make their God do what our God does. But our God is over every other God. And we sit here and we follow godless, spiritless people. We have no identity. Y'all don't even see the danger in it. Even when it come down to the Lord's Supper, he brings us right back to what? Bring us right back to some of discipline. To bring you back to relate to our forefathers where he brought us out in the haste. Bring you right back to remember. That's the purpose of why we continue to go to word. Teach it to your children and to your children's children and let them teach another generation. Where do you think all these other nations get it from? They teach their history to their kids. They make sure they instill it in them so they can teach it to another generation so it doesn't get lost. We are the only people our information has been lost. Hold you guys. 2 Corinthians 4 and 3 right quick. We still got 2 Kings chapter 17. About verse 16, verse 17. Hold that for me. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 at verse 3. Listen.
But if our gospel be hid.
If our what now?
Gospel be hid.
Who is it hid to, son?
Them that are lost.
So in the 10th chapter of the book of Matthew, in about verse 5 or verse 6, he said, to any city of Samaria enter ye not. Go only to the who? If our gospel be hid,
it is hid to them that are lost.
Go rather to the lost sheep of the house of. They would need it, wouldn't they? They would need it. They would need it. He go to them first. They gonna need it. They lost. Paul comes along and said, if our gospel be hid, it's hid to them that are lost. If you don't come along and Israel look that they lost, then we need the gospel. We've gotten away from what it is we know. We left the Bible. You left your first love. That's our first love. We left our first love. He told us in the 3rd chapter of the book of Amos, you only are the only people I know out of all the nations of the earth. That's something a woman should tell her husband, isn't it? You the only man I've known. God let her know I had never had another people besides you. I haven't been with nobody. We saw the proof of his virginity, didn't we? When they came where? Into the tomb. They found the clothes he was wrapped with. They found them folded up, wrapped up, representing the virginity, showing the tokens of the virginity of a virgin. He made a statement in Amos that he vindicated himself with in the book of John. These are important assets, but we will only know that because of the law. So when you taking us and you gotten us out of our land and you taking away our teachers, we lost information. We're trying to go back and gather and recover information. We're in the same state that we were in when they were over in Babylon. We're in the same state now. They were taken away from their land. They had integrated with the other people and they were doing the same thing that other people were doing. They set up families. They had land. They had things with those people. But when God came and called them by the man of God, those that were going to be of God had to break away and separate themselves. They had to separate themselves from the people of the land. I've been teaching y'all this. Because you know what? It's hard to break away when you connected. It's hard. It's hard to break away when you connected. If those people in Israel in Goshen would have had something, it'd been hard to leave it. That's the reason why God don't allow it to get but so much success in that place. It's hard to break when God had the man of God to get a call. What are we supposed to do when we what is supposed to happen for us to know it's time to leave? Who? The trumpet. We were taught that by the law. Well, Isaiah told us, he told Isaiah to do what? What did he told her? Cry loud. Spell what? Lift up your voice like a what? Okay. We were taught by the trumpet. The trumpet gave us our direction. The trumpet told us which gate was supposed to get up. Ain't that right? The long sound of the trumpet was to be an alarm. When Joel came along the 2nd chapter, what did he tell him to do, brother? Blow the trumpet where? Sound what? Loud blow. Long, consistent blow. When Paul came along, he told Timothy to be instant wind. Where else? Long blow. They say it ain't time. It's time. It's time now for us to wake out of sleep. I mean, it's time for us to wake out of sleep. Come on back to 2 Corinthians, 2 Chronicles. I'm sorry, 2 Kings 17. We love our 16, 17 verse.
Still at 15.
Still at 15 verse. Listen.
And went after the heathen that were round about them.
And went after these godless people that's round about us. Come on.
Concerning whom the Lord had charged them that they should not do like them.
Wow. Wow. You know what's amazing? Do y'all know what other nationalities tell their kids when they come in these school systems to come over here? What they tell them? Don't be like them niggas. Them niggas done sat in here. They got all these opportunities and they've done nothing. Don't be. I tell my kids, I tell them all the time. How I tell? I say y'all compete on the world, and all y'all, you're competing on a world scale. It's bigger than just Rockdale County. Y'all competing on a global scale. People are bringing their children over here because they know the easiest success ever is coming here because the average of you are dormant. You don't even consider the opportunity chance you got here. Y'all hear me? That's why I told you, you hear the infiltrate. They bring them kids, every one of y'all, every time y'all see one of the Indian kids, the Asian kids walking him, one of these kids from Germany will come over here and they get in your school system and they start accelerating your school system. They're nothing in their country. They ain't nothing in their country. A smart Asian in their own country. That ain't nothing on them smart. Tell the truth about it. They ain't nothing spectacular. They got hard discipline for them. Every one of them, they doing nothing. They come over here because it's easier to beat you out because most of you going to sit, you're going to open your mouth, you're going to give too much information. I tell my kids the same thing I tell you, don't never tell everybody what you're thinking. I know that from The Godfather. Y'all remember The Godfather movie? They were sitting there, man was talking to him. He was talking to him about the drug. He said, what have I done that I deserve this favor that you come and get? He said, you mean to tell me that the Italians going to give us protection? He said, you must excuse me. He said, I have a sentimental value to my children. They talk when they should be listening. He told me he got through. He said, what's wrong with you? Never tell somebody outside the family what you're thinking. Don't you ever tell those people what you're thinking. Y'all hear me? They business. Let them open their mouth and tell you everything they know. Jesus even told the apostle, you are my friend, you do whatsoever I tell you. Henceforth, I don't call you servant, I call you what? Because all things I heard of my Father, I made known. He tell everybody we were thinking. Ain't your business. That's Bible. That Bible. In the 4th chapter of the book of Mark, in about verse 32, let's see what he said right quick. Let's see how much talking Jesus was doing with everybody. All I'm doing is going through and show you about a Jew. My prayer to God for y'all is that you might be saved. Y'all got a zeal, but ain't according to no kind of knowledge. Because y'all being ignorant of God righteous, you don't go about to establish your own righteousness. And you ain't going to set your own kingdom up in this sound room.
That's right.
You started this, mother, and this pastor too. Listen to the book.
But when it is sown, it groweth up, and becometh greater than all herbs, and shooteth out great branches, so that the fowls of the air may lodge under the shadow.
Now think about picking this up from where he talking about. Who understand that? That's a parable. The man talking in a parable. Listen what happened.
And with many such parables spake he the word.
With many such what now?
Parables.
Spake he the what?
Word.
And what? How?
As they were able to hear it.
And they were able to hear it. So what happened, son?
But without a parable,
What he do?
spake he not unto them. And when they were alone,
What did he do, son?
he expounded all things to his disciples.
Lord, don't tell a servant everything you do. Y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? Keep your mouth closed around these people. Never tell somebody outside the family what you're thinking. That's what he did. He was talking and much of them folks. I'm getting real tired of all these parables trying to figure out about no sowing seed. He said, I'll tell you as long as you can hear it. When I'm alone, I expound all things. At the 10th chapter right quick of the book of Mark. 10 and 1 right quick. A lot of stuff I try to tell y'all. Listen, y'all don't understand. When I preach and teach and put this thing out here, a lot of things to say, how to put it out in such a way. If people out there trained and disciplined to pick up what I'm saying, there's some people out there ain't trained, ain't going to pick up nothing and heard what they want to hear, and they going straight to hell. He put them parables out there, those that were trained and disciplined. They were going to pick it up and hear it now. That's why he'll tell you. You know what he would tell them sometimes? He said, he that have an ear to let him hear. That's why he said as much as they can hear it. A lot of stuff people can't hear. A lot of people can't take it, much of it. You got to be able to take this thing, you're going to be saved. Listen.
And he arose from thence.
And did what?
And cometh into the coast of Judea.
Yeah.
By the farther side of Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And the people resort unto him again.
Yeah.
And as he was wont.
As he was what?
Wont.
As he was what?
Wont.
What did he do, son?
He taught them again.
Thank the Most High Yah for the Ruach HaKodesh. As he wont, he taught them again. Talk to me.
And the Pharisees came to him and asked him,
Yeah.
Is it lawful for a man to put away his wife?
Mm-hmm.
Tempting him.
What happened, son?
And he answered and said unto them,
Yeah.
What did Moses command you?
And what happened?
And they said, Moses suffered to write a bill of divorcement.
Yeah.
And to put her away.
Come on.
And Jesus answered and said unto them,
What happened?
For the hardness of your heart he wrote you this precept.
What happened?
But from the beginning of the creation,
It was what?
God made them male and female.
Yeah.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother,
Yeah.
and cleave to his wife,
Yeah.
and they twain shall be one flesh.
So what happened?
So then they are no more twain,
But what?
but one flesh.
So what happened?
What therefore God hath joined together,
Therefore what happened?
What therefore God hath joined together,
Therefore what happened?
God hath joined together.
Letting what now?
Let not man put asunder.
You know what dangerous about that people don't pay attention to? How many of y'all in here God joined y'all together? Israel did that. At the 2nd chapter of the book of Genesis. It just sparked something else in my mind. Genesis chapter 2. Give me verse 19. We'll come back to that 10th chapter. Where you left out 10:6, 10:7?
10 and 10.
Hold that for me. We right on a good spot. You don't want to mess that up. This is the 2nd chapter of the book of Genesis at verse 19. Listen to the book.
And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and brought them
Hold
unto
up, give me
Adam,
Genesis 1:26. Come on.
and brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them, and whatsoever Adam called every living creature,
What happened, son?
that was the name thereof.
That's what you got. Come on, son.
And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl of the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found an helpmeet for him.
What happened, son?
And the Lord God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept.
That's why we tell y'all about saints sleep. Don't die. God calls it deep sleep to call. He called it deep. Adam was in the premise. He was in a state of death. Listen.
And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof.
Instead of leaving it open. Ain't no man got no business trying to go get no vagina cut in his skin. He closed it up instead of leaving it open. And it's still there instead of leaving it open. Ain't no man got no business with no wound. Listen.
And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man made he a woman and brought her unto the man.
And what happened?
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones.
And what?
Flesh of my flesh.
What's she going to be called?
Woman.
So what happened for this reason, Adam?
Because she was taken out of man.
So what happened?
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother.
Therefore what now?
Shall a man leave his father and his mother.
Therefore?
Shall a man leave his father and his mother.
And what he going to do?
And shall cleave unto his wife.
And what happened, son?
They shall be one flesh.
Genesis 1:26. Another brother hold me Mark 10:10. Listen.
And God said, let us make man in our image.
God said it. Let us make man our own image and our what?
After our likeness.
Uh-huh.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
And over the what?
Fowl of the air.
And yeah.
And over the cattle.
And over what?
All the earth.
Come on.
And over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
And what happened?
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him.
Male.
And female created he them.
Israel. When he made Israel, Adam made that decree. When he said, therefore, with God and joined together, let not man put asunder. Adam was in the state of God. When did God tell you that? Who in here God put together? He just came and said, with God and joined together. When God put us together? People do go around there and say, see, I know God gave me. When? Adam declared that. Well, he just quoted. God didn't say it. Well, God did say it. Adam said it. God said it. He took you back further than Moses. He took you back and said, wherefore what God had joined together, let not man. You can't go past what Israel said now. It told you what it was. He told you, let it listen. Every creature, pick me up that verse 19 again, or 2 and 19. What happened?
Of Genesis?
Genesis 2:19.
And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air.
Out of the ground, what did he do?
The Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air and brought them unto Adam to
And
see.
did what?
And brought them to Adam.
And brought them where?
Unto Adam.
To do what?
See what he would call them.
He brought them to Adam to see what he going to call them. And what happened?
And whatsoever Adam called every living.
And whatsoever Adam did what?
Called every living creature.
And whatsoever?
Adam called every living creature.
What happened, son?
That was the name thereof.
Pick me up at verse 22. What happened?
And the rib which the Lord God had taken from man.
And the what?
Rib which the Lord God had taken from man.
What did he do?
Made he a woman.
And what did he do?
Brought her unto the man.
Where he get that from? You just read in 19th verse, that what he did with Adam, he brought them to him. What you gonna call it? What you got to say about it? Adam had lost statute commandment. He ruled as God. He done brought every living creature and said, whatever you call it, that's what it is. You ruling as God. Now he made the woman, he brought it and put it right there where, what you call it? What's your call on it?
That's right.
And Adam said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called woman.
For what reason? What happened now?
Because she was taken out of man.
Yeah.
Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall cleave unto his wife.
And they what?
Shall be one flesh.
Back at Mark 10 and 10. This is what he said. Mark 10 and 10.
Amen.
Listen.
And in the house his disciples asked him again of the same
Back me
matter.
up at verse 9. Listen.
What therefore God hath joined together,
Pick me up at verse 8. What happened?
and they twain shall be one flesh.
Yeah.
So then they are no more twain, but one flesh.
So what happened?
What therefore God hath joined together.
Now where do we get that from? There are no more twain but one flesh. Where do we get that from? We got it from Adam. So who are we going to say we got it from? You got it from God. We got it from God. We got it from God. Who did he come and quote? He just said, therefore with God had joined together, let not man put asunder. He went back further than Moses. This man ruled as God. He made a call. Just like he brought every creature. It wouldn't make no sense to let the woman go and not be named by him. He just gave him dominion over the fowls of the air, over the cattle, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and that in the sea. Now he gonna go and leave woman not being subjected to him? Now you make the call on it. Adam came along where Adam said he brought her right back to Genesis. How you gonna get rid of the Old Testament? He just came along and told you how many years we gone along and folks say, you know why y'all married didn't work? Because God didn't put y'all together. That's in the Bible. Adam made that call. All right. Adam made that call. Where we get it from? When we found a man and woman God joined together. All right. Come on, son. Finish this up.
And in the house, his disciples asked him again of the same matter.
So if it were clear, they wouldn't ask again with it. In the house, what happened, son?
His disciples asked him again of the same matter.
And what he told them?
And he saith unto them,
what did he tell them?
Whosoever.
What did Moses command you?
Whosoever shall put away his
tempting
wife.
Him.
Whosoever shall put away his wife.
And do what?
Marry another.
Do what?
Committeth adultery against her.
That plain and simple. That plain and simple. That's what you do when you ain't talking to a servant. He ain't talking to a servant. He ain't go back there. See, Moses in the Old Testament, because of the hardness of your heart, people were missing it. He got again. If they called it, they want to ask him again, wouldn't they? And now they asked him again of the same matter. He let them know, what? Listen, whoever put away his wife and married another, he committed adultery. That got that. That got that. You put away your wife and get another one. He said, you commit adultery. Y'all hear me? That's what you do when you ain't talking to a servant. Wonderful Savior. Back to what I got you holding. All right, 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 17 or verse 16?
Verse 16.
Verse 16. Listen.
And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God.
Y'all hear? They left some of them.
And they left all the commandments of the Lord their God.
James told us that we do what, brother? You what? Guilty of them all. What did we actually wind up finding out that they wind up leaving off? The Sabbath. The Sabbath is that important. Yet you notice how important it is when they come along. When they wrote the King James translated, alliterated version of the Bible, how they come along, they try to debunk or discredit the Sabbath. And we don't realize that the same thing got them out of them. In the book of Leviticus, he told us already before it happened about how he was going to keep us out for the Sabbath. Then he already talked about the Sabbath. Look at how we came in here enslaved. The first thing they did, they kept us away from the Sabbath. They took us from the very thing that wound up getting put out of the land. Of course, we wound up being guilty of some other things, but he wound up keeping us to the land, kept our Sabbaths. He added up and he did all the approximate time and estimation, guesstimation of it, and let them know this is the time, 70 years. They ain't say he learned about the books of Jeremiah. That they were going to be out there, 70 years were going to be accomplished. God's going to get his time. And just like money y'all steal from God, he going to get his money back. If he can calculate up all his Sabbaths and knew 70 years to keep him out, you think he don't know how much money you owe him? God's going to get his money back. Well, I don't have nothing. He's going to get it back from you now. He made sure them folks stayed out of it. He said to the land, kept her Sabbaths. We were already taught that by the book of Leviticus. It brought us right back to the knowledge of realizing God going to get what he told us he going to get from us, folks. But when we ignorant or we sit around we be stupid that God law and commandment, he going to come back and still chasing us. Finish reading. Come on.
And made them molten images.
And made them molten images.
Even 2 calves. Mm-hmm. And made a grove. And worship all the host of heaven. And serve Baal. Look
at our kids now. Y'all know what the new fad is now? A couple of them know. You seen it? The kids taking lighter fluid. Alcohol pouring on their body and lighting themselves up. Oh, yeah. It's hot. Sweeping the nation. Come on. Y'all know what kids doing now. Now, you got a couple of darkies jumping in it. Nigga already burnt up. No, we don't need nothing on us. All we got, this the new fad. Put lighter fluid and light themselves up and try to put it out right quick. See how long you could take it. Jumping in the pool, light themselves. A couple of them done died already. Standing in the shower. They burning so hot they can't even turn it on. Listen, they YouTubing it. They put it on them, then light it, whoo, light their stomach, and try to beat it out. See how long they can take it, how long you can go and burn. You know what I'm saying? What our book told her? Thou shalt not let thy children pass through the fire unto Malak. Right to Malek. Saying, you know what's bad? The children doing it. We were told about not letting our children do it. Our kids doing it. We were told about letting them pass through the fire unto Malek. That was a child offering. Now our kids sitting on their own. What just make them all of a sudden just start lighting themselves up? The other nation. Where do you think we got it from? That's a Babylonian god. We in Babylon right here. This is Babylon, man. This is Babylon. Babylon done took our books, our gold, our knowledge, and our riches. Our kids are sitting here doing it. Other nation found they do it. He told us, don't let our children do it. Some of y'all friends, they going to do it. The darkest. Very thing the Lord done told us not to let our children do. They don't even realize they offer themselves to a Babylonian god. Trying to tell they're too stupid even though they're doing it. Just too stupid. What is that, the 19th chapter book of Leviticus? Let's say the 19th chapter. Was it 19? Was it about 23? 18th chapter? 18? 21? Batman about 20. Let me have 19. It's all the same word. Listen.
Also, thou shalt not approach unto a woman to uncover her nakedness, as long as she is put apart for her uncleanness.
Y'all need to know that too. When these women sit here and they're on their cycle, tricycle, whatever you want to call it, her mini bike, her moped, y'all hear me? Go like that on it. She on her 10-speed, she on her motorcycle, she on her big wheel, she on her green machine. You ain't got no business having sex with her. He made me bag it up. That's what it is. Leave her alone while she on her mini bike. That's the book. Don't touch her. She in the time of her impurity. That's her time of cleansing. You ain't supposed to touch her. Leave her alone during that time. Y'all hear me? You're not supposed to push her into it. Let her alone. Come on.
Moreover, thou shalt not lie carnally with thy neighbor's wife to defile thyself with her.
Y'all hear that? Come on.
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass
And thou
through the
to
fire.
do what now?
And thou shalt not let any of thy seed pass through the fire to Molech.
Bible. Ain't that some made these kids come right back in the Bible wrong? These kids sitting here and that's what they're doing. They don't even realize they're offering themselves to a Babylonian god when they're doing this stuff. Molech, that little big dumb owl that they got up in California. That they got in Washington State too. All these superstars. All of them go up there to it. Every year they go up there. Did you know that? They go up to this thing. Oh, Molech is a giant owl. They got them in California. Every year they go up to it. And they offer sacrifice to it. Y'all ever seen the movie Wicker Man? That's a true movie. They offer kids to it. These superstars, listen. I was talking to Zach. He was saying how he didn't believe a lot of time in the roots and all this stuff right here. Don't you know these people is more prevalent in New York and all these other states because more people are dumb to it? These stars are they're the more idolatry worshipers you ever gonna find. They gonna get these little statues, go to Africa and find little junk, put it around their neck. Oh, funny little round stuff, look like a cross. You gonna put that junk on there, you know what? Little nigga go get them one. These folks, listen, all of them ain't nothing but devil worshipers. Them folks, that's how they keep their stardom. Chanel walked in one time with Owen Wilson. He was in his trailer. She walked by on the floor chanting. That's what they do before they got to do this stuff. They said most of them ain't nothing but channels. That's all they are, wizards, warlocks. But they blow your mind. Denzel Washington told y'all he be tapping in this stuff. These folks be telling you be tapping. You have to tap in. Tap into what, nigga? You ain't tap dancing, you better sit your behind down somewhere. Trying to tell you, y'all know what? Then the women love them. The more these idol worship, listen, more these idol worship niggas, Mari Chestnut. Well, ugly nigga. Nobody tell me, he ain't ugly. I said, all your boyfriends were ugly except for me. The best looking thing you ever had. She had one of her friends one time trying to tell me, nah, she has to shut your mouth. You know what you talking about. Tell me how somebody look, shut your mouth. They look that good, she'd have married them. Best doing thing the girl done had, ain't it? So I'm trying to figure out, so you let somebody pay about a little bit to me. That, yeah, makes sense. Oh, good and done well. I need to pity cut them ugly niggas. I had to say that right here. Tell them the best thing your mama got in it. You need to ride home, don't you? It don't take that done long. I'm good and done well. I'm just telling the truth, though. Women love these guys too. Harley Berry, all of them know good and done well. Folks ain't nothing but some doing enchanting, some wizard, warlock. Trust none of these people. Come on back to that 2 Kings 17 chapter. But we got to awaken our understanding. You gotta watch these people. Don't put your heart in none of these people. Look at Morgan Freeman. They got something out of the wormwood, what it is, trying to debunk God. I ain't no God. That black ugly nigga know it's got to be a God. He'll never had a job. Anyway, what an ugly nigga with a job got no business being no atheist. Oh, you ugly nigga, you know God got you your job. Ugly as you, ain't nobody want to hire you but to make animal cookies. Nigga teeth done falling all up in their mouth. Really done jump back. Oh, good and done well, am I gonna hire that ugly nigga if it wasn't no God? Now he gonna get a show. Y'all know it get when a black man start telling a girl, it really bothers me. Sitting around here got the nerve to sit up and try to debunk God with science. Paul clearly told us oppose opposition to science. What he told us? When some have erred.
Yeah.
I don't believe these niggas talking no Big Bang thing. Were you there? You don't tell me about no Big Bang. Shut your mouth. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You weren't there. Who you know that were there? I'm trying to debunk me, trying to tell me prove it's a God. Nigga, prove it ain't one. You keep talking too much, I'm going to start whooping your behind and show you it's a God. So who you think of me? Yoke you out like this. Isn't that right? No, those thought they were two preachers were arguing one time. Talking about, man, it's like taking a $20 bill, wrapping a 10 up in it. He said, I'm ready to fight you spiritual now. They don't just keep all that arguing. Pull it out, let go natural. Listen to the book.
And they caused their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire.
Wow. They caused their son and their daughter. We do the same stuff now. We let our kids do all that foolishness. Listen to them. Same stuff now, we want to realize what they did. They let their sons and daughters pass through the fire. Come on.
And use divination and enchantments.
Wow. We do the same stuff. Y'all know good and well. A lot of people palm readers, tarot card readers. Teach it to our kids, get these little games, let them play around with these Ouija boards and all. I was too stupid. I ain't never play. I was scared. I ain't play with that kind of stuff. It wasn't because I was so spiritual. I ain't really telling no lie. I was scared of a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff I was scared of. Don't mean I wasn't no sinner now. A lot of stuff I just didn't do. I ain't nobody no doing tarot card. I was thinking about tarot. I ain't play with that foolishness. I watch some scary movies. I let it mess up my done kidney. Be in the dark, that thing cut out, the TV cut, it go dark. You be like, yeah, I'm pee in the morning. I got no done bed, man. Watch some stuff. I pee in the morning. I ain't getting up. But you hold that thing with all the mercy you got, ball your legs up, do that. You try to hold that thing. God, we got no bed. Let me tell you, scary today. You be thinking that thing under your bed, but you be saying, if I keep real still. You know, watch the time they had that movie time. It's alive there, and baby come out of the bush. I ain't gonna see. I heard about it. Man, I stayed away from them bushes. I said, man, I ain't got time to. Start coming and scared me to done death. Ruby, woman, little thing on her arm, it suck your blood. I ain't hugging no done body. Y'all remember that man, Ruby? My mom used to take her down. Y'all know about that. You remember the car in that bar in that downtown? All that scary nickel stuff mess us up. Then we had to catch the bus home, scared to done death. One thing you watch and you get in a car, we are all blank. We got to catch the bus now. Then watch a whole movie full of killer folk, then you got to wait at the bus stop. No, good and done well, we should have had a car. That being honest, these folk come along, come here, these folk, really, there's a lot of damage have been done to us through television and through music. Through these people moving what they call entertainment, we've done a lot of damage to ourselves. Self-inflicted damage. I'm being honest, thinking white folk can come chop us up at night. Well, that's the truth, though. Yeah. Freddy Krueger, yeah, all that's the truth, brother. Ain't that right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Listen.
And sold themselves to do evil in the sight of the Lord.
Come on.
To provoke him to anger. Therefore the Lord was very angry with Israel.
Yeah.
And removed them out of his sight. There was none left but the tribe of Judah only.
Yeah.
Also Judah kept not the commandments of the Lord their God.
Yeah.
But walked in the statutes of Israel which they made.
Yeah.
And the Lord rejected all the seed of Israel and afflicted them and delivered them into the hand of spoilers.
Plunderers. As it was now?
And delivered them into the hand of spoilers.
Yeah.
Until he had cast them out of his sight.
Come on.
For he rent Israel from the house of David.
He tore them from the house of David. Come on.
And they made Jeroboam, the son of Nebat, king.
Come on.
And Jeroboam drave Israel from following the Lord.
Yeah.
And made them sin a great sin.
Come on.
For the children of Israel walked in all the sins of Jeroboam which he did.
Come on.
They departed not from them, until the Lord removed Israel out of his sight.
Yeah.
As he had said by all his servants, the prophets. So was Israel.
Why would that be important to us? Surely the Lord does nothing except he reveal it to his servant the prophet. So was it without their knowledge?
No.
You know, all this stuff we don't consider. I told y'all before and relate again to how I looked at God as a unmerciful God. They said, see, that was hard God back then without mercy. See, now we got mercy and truth now. They had mercy and truth then. The Lord said they wouldn't turn, which meant they were continuing in doing the wrong thing till he finally looked at he was wiping them out, and they still didn't catch on. Look at us today. Look at what's going on in Africa. The Ebola virus, now they say it's sweeping across Africa. Do you think these people going to turn? This will have nothing to do with turning to God. You know what they're going to turn to? Science. Go to the CDC. Start bringing in more doctors. Start doing more research. Start trying to get money. Look at AIDS. AIDS is supposedly, quote unquote, an epidemic that's plaguing blacks more than any other race. Who are we looking to? What they doing? When we turn to God for AIDS? We're asking politicians to try to go in, lobby Congress to get more money for AIDS research. How you think God looking at us? No matter howsoever I punish them, they still keep corrupting them. And you know what we look at? We almost at a cure. We are almost at a cure for AIDS. Cure AIDS, and we're going to do something else, and God's going to put another plague on us. None of these things move us to turn to God. All this stuff he was doing, he said he kept on till he just wound up just extinguishing these people. How long is it going to take before we realize God is extinguishing us? That's why he's going to leave just a remnant. Even Malachi started talking about the residue. What is residue?
Part remaining.
Part remaining. You get through drinking some mixed drink, sometime at the bottom, you have residue. That's what God leaving us down to. God bringing us all the way down to the residue. He pouring these people out, he's saving just the residue. He said it's starting to great, but he'll save one cluster. He said one and say it's a blessing in it. He let us know he gonna wipe us out. We been extinguished and we too dumb to even realize it. We getting dumb now. The more y'all hear this, the less y'all are more apprehensive toward turning, toward obeying, toward being restricted, and start looking at God is chastising you. How do these people wind up getting wiped completely? Like, at what point do you awaken to realize God is talking? It would have been different if God just came and wiped them out and told them nothing. We would have to say, honestly, that's not fair. These people they didn't even know why. But he said they rejected all of my statute, all of my judgment, and I still gave them prophets, warned them, and they wouldn't heed it. They let their children pass through the fire under Molech. Until I rejected all of the seed of them. Even Judah went astray. God said, I tore them from the house of David. All of this should have caused these people to turn. Look at us. What does it take, actually, and honestly for you to turn. Everyone here individually look at it. All these things God is doing to vex you, to trouble you, to punish you, and you still won't turn. That's dangerous, especially when you're being told. It'd be different you have no knowledge. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of things we did without knowledge. Even when he said he prayed for Israel, he said they being ignorant of God. Right? How did they get in the state of being ignorant of God righteousness? We had to go back to the law. How was it that there were people with knowledge when he told them by the hand of Moses, when the other nation going to see you, they're going to say, this is your what? Wisdom. And your what? In the sight of the who? That was us at one time. That was our wisdom. Those statutes, those judgment, those commandments were our wisdom and our understanding in the sight of the nation. They're going to say, what other people have laws and statutes so right and a God so nigh unto them? They coveted what we had and they took it from us. You play with your oppressor, you sat down and you open yourself to your oppressor, what you think they were going to do? They came up just like the Gideonites did. Where you come from, Lynn? Oh, that's where I come from. Man, I come from a long way. That's where it's at. Where is it at? Man, I'm kind of, it's so far. I tell you what, though, this is how far it is. These shoes that tore up right here, my toes out of, they were brand new for when I first put them on to come out here to see you. You see this mold old bread I got right here? And bread you hold, what, about a week or two or something like that? When I got ready to come to you, I was blowing it, bring it all the way to you, and look at the stuff molded. Felt sorry for me, didn't it? Don't you feel sorry for me? You will make a covenant with me, try to work with me like that. That's what they did. That's what they did. We're the most compassionate people you ever seen. And you know what we was in the midst of doing? We made a covenant with them. We was sent of God to destroy all these other nations. God had put us on a path through our prophet, Yeshua, who we call Joshua. We were supposed to destroy all the other nations around us. Kill them. And you know we wound up dead. And you know what's amazing? Come back, he told us not to do. Make no league with these people. We wound up making an agreement with them. Said, man, I sure feel sorry for you. You know what? I ain't going to do nothing to you, man. I just hearing your story. I just feel sorry for you. That wound up hurting us later. These people wind up getting in. These people wind up stealing apart with us. Y'all don't realize how dangerous it is to make a league with these people. Listen, we got to be among these people. We ain't got to make no agreement with these people. Got to watch these people. These folks try to come with their stuff. One of these Jewish women sent me a Twitter. The real revelation. I was like, the real revelation? I'm looking, trying to figure out what is the real revelation. A picture of a desert like with some barbed wire fence. I'm trying to figure out the real revelation. Some garbage by some Jewish folks in Germany. I'm trying to figure out what in Revelation had some barbed wire fence and desert. Them old sorry niggas. White on white crime. They trying to push this stuff out like this the real revelation. They the people that went through. People ain't went through now. They were criminals. Those people are criminals just like they are now. They are invaders. They always been criminals. It's so bad. They've been doing it so long. They think they're honest. Other criminals, look at the people that vindicate them. England, some more doing crooks. America, some more crooks stole their land. Look at the people that go, who else going to sit around and go justify these folks and back them? Some more land stealers. Nobody gonna say nothing about it though. Y'all so busy watching the news, what's going on over here. I just been with y'all. I'm very ignorant to what's going on over here right now. I can really care less. I'm concerned about what's going on in Jerusalem. Y'all hear me? I was telling a man the other day, I said, I'll be honest with you. I said, if I seen you, I'm riding by down the street and your car catch on fire. I said, it's really not my concern because it's not my vehicle. It's not my car. I said, if I just out of the kindness of my heart stop to help you, I do. But if I don't, I said, you have to understand, it's not my car. I said, so when I see America being torn down and ripped apart, you got to understand, this is not my home. Y'all hear me?
Amen.
I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest with you. I see things happen to other people, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But it's only so much care I can put into it. Because when I really think about it, you know what I got to think about? I got to make sure it don't happen in my house. I really do. It's got something relates back. If I see somebody break in your house, you like, man, that's unfortunate. I hate it happen, but I got to start thinking about my house. I got to start looking at what kind of defense I'm going to set up for my home. We don't think like that. We make everybody else's house that ain't our home, we make it our problem, and we act like we live in it. We make it our problem to go try to defend something that don't belong to us. Look at the people who you hate. You hate Osama bin. How many of y'all hated him? Tell the truth. Well, you hated him. What did he ever do to us? How many was he called nigga? How many black Hispanic neighborhoods he been in he destroyed and tore up? This man went at people who he made deals with. This man went with people that he had been in bed with, and he turned around and he burnt them. As they do when they go drop bomb, when we drop bomb, we say we try to minimize casualties. Don't we do what we say? When we set a bomb, we look at the big picture, Leon. Quit being stupid. There's going to be some civilian casualties, but look at the big picture, who we go. Ain't that what they say? We do as much as we can. Listen, when a bomb going to hit, you can't tell me how far a bomb going to hit. Those estimations. Those guesstimations. I mean, that bomb spread and hit and kill what it want. It don't pick out individual. It take out anything around it in the surrounding areas. Now, when people come back and do what they do, all of a sudden they're wrong. They want everybody else to make bombs and just pick out individuals. Civilian. We strongly condemn civilians being targeted. Nigga, are you in any position to talk about condemning somebody? Wow, we're in bad shape. We're in bad shape, people. Come on, finish up this 2 King. Listen.
So was Israel carried away out of their own land to Assyria until this day.
So is what now?
Carried away out of their own land to Assyria unto this day.
What happened?
And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon, and from Cutha, and from Ava, and from Hamath, and from Sepharvaim, and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there.
What happened, son?
That they feared not the Lord.
And what happened?
Therefore the Lord sent lions among them.
And did what?
Which slew some of them.
Now, how many lions y'all seen in Alpharetta? Montana, Oklahoma, Texas. No one talking about over here.
That's right.
Where else you going to find lions and these different animals at? Africa. Come on, son.
Wherefore they spake to the king of Assyria, saying,
What they want them to do?
The nations which thou hast removed,
yes,
and placed in the cities of Samaria, know not the manner of the God of the land.
Yeah.
Therefore he hath sent lions among them, and behold, they slay them, because they know not the manner of the God of the land.
So what you want us to do?
Then the king of Assyria commanded, saying, Carry thither one of the priests, whom ye brought from thence, and let them go and dwell there.
And do what?
And let him teach them the manner of the God of the land.
I wonder how those people over there learn about our God. I wonder how they learned about it. Sometimes I wonder how, mysteriously, how they happen to learn about our God. I don't have no idea. Maybe they already knew him, huh? You think they moved me because they speak in Hebrew? They try to be honest, they make you do feel a little inferior, though. They start speaking in Hebrew, then they make a fool out you. Oh, they make a good fool. I serve a fool. Say that Revelation 1 right quick. 1:15. Let me see that what I want right quick. See, people don't like to talk about stuff like they do that. You'll look at them people, you'll say they gotta be. How they know that? Because the book lets you know how they know it. When he removed Israel out of their land, don't you know these folks took one of us in there? I told you, ain't nobody more care. Listen, who else would take their captive, their oppressor, and teach them everything you know? Who else would do that? That's just what kind of people we are. take you out of your house, Jesse. I'm going to come take you out of your house, Jesse. Snatch you straight out of y'all, you and all your family. Then I'm going to come and say, come here, Jesse. Come on. Teach me how to cut this stove and stuff on. Teach me how to light this furnace. Teach me where to feed. Jesse said, okay, who else going to do it but one of us? You just came and took me and my family out of my home. And you got the nerve to bring me back to ask you, show you how to operate everything in my house? We say that now, but look at what we did. Then I'm going to tell you, this is my house. It's always been my house. I've always been here, me and my people. We originated from here. After I done used Jesse up, learn how to operate everything in Jesse's house. Anybody come in, let me show you how my stove works, Leon. You want to know how to? This stove been in my family for years and generations. We always had this stove. This is the La Montagne the whole time. Jesse sitting in captivity somewhere. This was Jesse's house. Him and his family house. I came and took it. All I do is come back and show everything that Jesse showed me. Now, you know what? After Jesse stayed out his house for a long time, guess what Jesse going to have a little problem trying to do? Remembering how to work the store, exactly how certain things went. Where the fuse bar he wanted, I'm trying to think, was it upstairs or downstairs? Now he got to ask me if he want to know. Because he been out of his house so long, he can't quite remember everything. He has some kind of feel, some kind of visibility, but he ain't got the full knowledge like me. Now, if he comes see me, I can teach Jesse about my house. I can tell Jesse now about how me and my family, this is where we came from. We always had that house. Y'all don't see that, do y'all? Y'all see these folks manipulate and make a fool out of the car. They sit over there and they try to act like they quoting all this. That stuff don't move me. That's why they scratch and mess up and put that Yiddish shit now. Don't pay these people no attention. Say that what in Revelation 1:15? Let me see what happened.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Yeah.
As if they burn in a furnace. Mm-hmm. And his voice as the sound of many waters.
Yeah.
And he had in his right hand 7 stars.
Yeah.
And out of his mouth went a sharp 2-edged sword.
Yeah.
And his countenance was as the sun shineth in his strength.
Yeah.
And when I saw him, I fell at his feet as dead.
Come on.
And he laid his right hand upon me, saying unto me, Fear not, I am the first and the last.
You the who now?
First and the last.
Come on.
I am he that liveth and was dead. Mm-hmm. And behold, I am alive forevermore.
Yeah.
Amen.
Come on.
And have the keys of hell and of death.
Yeah.
Write the things which thou hast seen.
Yeah.
And the things which are, and the things which shall be hereafter.
Yeah.
The mystery of the 7 stars which thou sawest in my right hand. Mm-hmm. And the 7 golden candlesticks. The 7 stars are the angels of the 7 synagogues.
Yeah.
And the 7 candlesticks which thou sawest are the 7 congregations.
Yeah.
Verse chapter 2.
Yeah.
Unto the angel of the synagogue of Ephesus write.
Yeah.
These things said he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand.
Yeah.
Who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks.
Who do what now?
Walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks.
Who do what now?
Walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks.
Let me tell you about these turkeys make a fool out y'all. Here they show y'all niggas, candlesticks on a stand. Explain to me how Jesus walking through some candlesticks on a stand. I ain't proud. Oh, got burned on that one. Explain to me how Jesus walking through some candles on the candlestick. Watch these Yiddish niggas show you this stuff.
Yeah, right.
They make a fool out of. These are lampstands. He walking through the midst of lampstands. You can't walk through the midst of no candlestick. You know, Jesus got to be itty bitty nigga. They make a fool. Every time you see them, they got a little. Y'all see the little candlestick? They always got a Yiddish garbage. Explain to me how he walking through that. And he walking through the middle. He walking through the middle of them. If they're on a candlestick, how he walking through the middle of them? Which means they got to surround him. They show you 7 candlesticks uniformly in a straight line. Explain to me how he's standing in the middle of them. 7 is an odd number. How you standing in the middle of 7 candlesticks standing straight up? He got to be standing on top of one of them. Little stuff they trip them up with. Little stuff. Y'all don't know about white folks. Shut your mouth. Folks tell y'all anything. They just make a fool out of us. How in the world he walking through the midst of 7 candlesticks on a straight candlestand? Midst by definition means what? Middle. Are y'all all right? Amen. These folks make a fool out of them. That came up, somebody wanted to draw one on the wall. 7 candlestick. I said, stop, slow down, moving too fast. That's why y'all pay. I mean, people, but you know what? No, we don't really think about stuff. We just take what people, like I said, we see 7 candlesticks, we say, oh, that part represents, how you standing in the middle, how you walk in the midst of 7 candlesticks on a straight candlestand? How? Then they got Jesus some kind of Latin lover. These people make a fool out of us. That's some stuff old white folk you to hold up in them old castles. Hold on, stand like that and make a fool out of us. They make a fool out of us, man. They trip us up so bad. Every time you think about it, you're going to refer back to white people. You refer back to the old English castles. These folks just make a fool out of us. When that's all you've been shown, what else can you think? Every image you form in your mind from words or from subjects or whatever it might be, going to be images that he's giving you. You can't actually literally think on other things other than what he's shown you or what he told you. Listen to the book. Come on back to what you have. I'll get ready to let them go. Pick me back at Samaritan, the 4th chapter of the book of St. John. So I get ready to let them go. St. John chapter 4. Go ahead and pick me back at verse 3. Let's see what happens. Listen. St. John chapter 4 and verse 3. Listen.
He left Judea and departed again into Galilee, and he must needs go through Samaria.
He must needs go through Samaria. He had to go through Samaria. Come on, son.
Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar, near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph.
Yes.
Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus therefore, being weary with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour.
Come on.
There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus saith unto her, give me to drink.
Yeah.
For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat.
Mm-hmm.
Then saith the woman of Samaria unto him.
Then said who now?
Woman of Samaria unto him.
Then said who now?
The woman of Samaria unto him.
What did she say?
How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria?
Well, ain't nothing but an Assyrian. See, look at him. Why in the world you ask me for some water? I'm a Samaritan. What she said about, why was she concerned about her nationality and his nationality?
For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
Why would they do that? Because they know you're not the people of God. Not y'all, though. Everything y'all look at, y'all think crazy. Look funny. But that's what the man looked at. We go there, we put our lips on them folk behind. We go, Netanyahu, Yahoo! Nigga ain't nothing but a chocolate drink. Don't pay a nigga no attention. Only y'all he related to is who? Pay these folks no attention. It had nothing to do with them folks. Ain't nothing but some done Assyrians. Hey, I don't have no deal with no Assyrians. Y'all know what we do. We try to kiss it, try to prove to them I'm a Jew. Pay these folks no attention. Man, look at that woman even know. You don't have nothing to do with us. Come on, son.
Jesus answered and said unto her, if thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that saith to thee, give me to drink, thou wouldest have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water.
Come on, son.
The woman saith unto him, Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water?
Come on.
Art thou greater than our father Jacob?
Who did what?
Gave us the well,
And who happened?
and drank thereof himself,
And who else?
his children,
And who else?
his cattle.
Now how she know all that? See that? Want to know Jacob dwelt? He grabbed it. He drunk out of it. His kids drunk out of it. You greater than my daddy Jacob, who dug this well, who drank out of it, and his children. Who else drank out of it?
And his cattle.
And nobody, and even no animal drunk out of it. Wonder how she knew that. See, she been taught that lie so long that they were actually the original people that originated from now. She started calling Jacob her dad, just like them people sit over there. It's just a little natural that they Jews. They sitting over in our land. They sitting over there. It only makes sense that we about our land and that one of our priests have taught them just like it was with Israel. And we out of our land just like it is unto this day. He told you they weren't the only people that did it. He said Judah did the same thing. And look at us. Aren't we out of our land? And those people sitting over there now, if you question them, they're going to claim that's their God. And we'll be looking at them all crazy. How you think you should have been looking at a woman? She's sitting there Jacob, her dad. See?
Dead giveaway.
That's right. That's a dead giveaway. When a pretty white woman walk up to a black man, feet like burning in the oven, and said, Jacob, her daddy, that's a dead giveaway. Oh, good and well ain't her daddy. Come on, son.
Jesus answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
Yeah.
But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst.
Listen.
But the water that I shall give him shall be in him a well of water springing up into everlasting life.
Come on.
The woman saith unto him, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw.
Yeah.
Jesus saith unto her, Go, call thy husband, and come hither.
Come on.
The woman answered and said, I have no husband.
And what you happen?
Thou hast well said, I have no husband.
Why?
For thou hast had 5 husbands.
Yeah.
And he whom thou now hast is not thy husband, in that saidest thou truly.
Come on.
The woman saith unto him, Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet.
What happened?
Our fathers worship in this mountain. And ye say that in Jerusalem is the place.
That woman really making me sick on my stomach. I'm about sick of these other lying Netanyahu and them niggas sitting around talking they father don't worship in that mountain. Folks hadn't got there till the 1950s. But I'm sorry, niggas, I tell you the truth. They didn't get there till the 1950s. They declared a state. All of a sudden, these folks go way back to the pyramids. It's just sad. Listen.
Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship.
Come on.
Jesus saith unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father.
Look at it now. Where we at? We're not in Jerusalem. He told the time gonna come. Time gonna come. He ain't gonna be in Jerusalem. Look what happened. Had to go get it. He don't have to go get in the 8th chapter of the book of Acts of the Apostles. What happened? Huh? They were dispersed. Who was left there? Only the apostles. He let them know the time gonna come. You ain't gonna worship in here. No, we gonna be in Jerusalem. Look at us, folks. Let me tell you something. We're in a flat mess. We're in a mess. We're reading a book that's sitting here showing us today. We're in a mess. Why are we not at home, folks? Listen.
Ye worship, you know not what.
Lord have mercy. Let that woman know with all that. She sat around claiming Jacob, claiming the mountain, claiming the land, claiming God, and he let her know you worship and you know not what. What you say about it, Yeshua?
We know what we worship.
Why?
For salvation is of the Jews.
That's why my prayer to God for Israel is that you might be saved. Because y'all got a zeal, but it ain't according to knowledge. Y'all being ignorant of God's right, you done gone about to establish your own right. All you got is suffix, ness, take it off. All they meant is right. You being ignorant, you think the ness throw you off. All he trying to let you know you been ignorant of God right. You don't want to establish your own righteousness. Have not submitted yourself to the righteousness of God or the right of God. That's all it is. You just hadn't submitted yourself to the right of God. When you don't submit to the right of God, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be dispersed, you're going to be destroyed, you're going to be scattered, just like we are unto this day. Because truth be told about, we hadn't submitted ourselves to the right of God. Huh? Moses already described the law to us. Now the man that doth these things, brother, that's the law. That was our law. We were told that. Y'all know that? We shouldn't really find this too hard to believe when we look at the situation that we're in right now. 11th chapter of the book of Deuteronomy right quick. It's sad. It's sad that we have to sit down and read a book about a place where we're supposed to be and we're not. And the reason we're not, because we're not the people we need to be. Just being honest, we have no real desire and move to get back to God. We love this place. We love our master. And we hadn't even learned how to love ourselves. Nobody respects us. And you can't expect nobody to love you. It's like a woman on the street being a horse. You want to know why she can't find love. Nobody's going to love you. You first learn how to love yourself. Be honest with you, we basically whores. We'll run up and we'll follow and make up and make out with any of these people we can in order for us to survive versus holding a standard. Nobody want to take a hoe for a lover. That's how these people look at us. Just being honest. We try to force ourselves on these people. Do what they want us to do in order to do whatever it takes for these people to accept us and give us what we want. What is the definition of civil rights? Do anybody know? Civil? Huh? Not by law. Can somebody look up civil for me? Civil rights. Let's find out what civil rights are. Y'all all right? Go pull the people out the march and ask them. So what's the definition of civil rights? Baby, if you've been there with Dr. King, you went ask that. If you're a female and you pretty, you've been there with Dr. King, you'd have been in the buck. And if you wouldn't have gave a none, you'd have got cussed out by Dr. King. And if you had messed around and smoked one of his cigarettes, you'd have got punched in your chest by Dr. King. All right, I don't want to talk about that. There was a man on TV testified that he got punched in his chest by Dr. Martin Luther King. And Dr. King told him, oops, I thought you was somebody else. I'm trying to tell you, everybody know about it except for y'all. Next, all right, I'm trying to help y'all out. What is it? Hold on for a minute. Say it again. Class of rights that protect individuals. What is civil? Look up civil. Rights? Yeah. Or consistent to or pertaining to citizens. Citizen. Are you a citizen of America or a victim of America? Why are you asking these people for civil rights? Why you think they don't respect you? By definition, you don't even know what it means, and you marching for something that you can't possibly get. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. You're not even a citizen. You're not even a citizen. I ought to go to China and march for equal rights in China. And in Mexico. Come, well, I mean, really, it ain't funny. I'm over here in America thinking something belong to me that don't belong to me because we don't even know who we are. Don't ever embarrass yourself and go and tell you for your march for no civil rights here. Those belong to a citizen. How you a citizen? If you was a citizen, if you was a true citizen, then you wouldn't have some of the problems and you wouldn't be a victim like y'all. Look at what's inalienable to the so-called citizens in America. And why don't you have them? Because you're not a citizen. So why would you ask your oppressor to give you something that don't belong to you? How many of y'all in here are felons? Being a felon, you do know there are some things that just not available to you, right? There are some things you know that don't pertain to you, right? You know don't even ask for it, right? Y'all are felons. I'm talking about us. By definition, we're a felon. Why are you asking for a gun permit? Those that say they felon, do you think you got a chance down where it's hot at getting a gun permit? Huh? Why not? Because you're a felon. Why do these niggas sit in here thinking they finna get some equal rights and some civil rights when you know you're the same equation or same equivalent to a felon? Man, these educated people in these marches. Don't forget I'm the dummy. See, white people know what their words mean. Bill Clinton tried to show y'all the hypocrisy. What's your definition of is? See, a lot of stuff that these folks laughed about, he wound up beating them at their own game. That's given to him. You go try to pull it. It don't belong to you. Don't go tell these folk about no justice for you. That don't, listen, this is what y'all don't understand. These men have showed you and every time and time again, and you don't realize you're on the same list as a terrorist. These people came along and these folks have shown, what they said, it makes no sense to try these people in our courts. They don't have the same rights as we do. They can make up their rules for these people at what a terrorist. They made and sit down and realize we can make up our rules for them. They can't get the same rights we have. That's the same thing they do to you, but they still let you run through their courts. You think that they first time? How you think they knew how to try to treat a terrorist? That's how they've been doing you for years. Lock you up without due process. Make up the rules as they go. How many years we done had that happen? How many blacks were snatched up years ago for just walking down the street? Lottery. No phone. Do y'all know we have blacks, older blacks, some are dead, they have gone to chain gangs for standing in front of white stores. These niggas don't know. Shut y'all mouth. You don't know about no white. Shut your mouth. We talking about these people put on chain gangs. These people went to prison. They were sold. After they got out of chain gang, they were sold to these white farmers right here in Georgia. This wasn't no done 1800s either. I don't know that about no white folks. Shut your damn mouth. Sold them on farms once they got out of prison, and they were gunned down. You know when they bring them to jail, bring them to justice. 90-something-year-old decrepit white man finna go to prison. Done lived up his life, slept with every black woman in every state, in every city, ought to be ashamed of himself. Then they bring him to justice. Put him in a medical hospital, the nigga ain't got but 2 hours to live. That old nigga, justice, we got it. They'll never bring these pretty, when y'all remember they bring these pretty white boys to prison when they were young? I'll tell you, remember that? Them pretty young ones. That way they old, decrepit, and can't do nothing and finna die anyway. Folks, use your head. It's not your country. You're a victim of their place. Don't ever expect these people to do nothing for you. You hear me? You make your own way like your father Jacob did. Y'all hear me? Make your own way. Don't expect never these people that way they don't hurt your feelings. I've been hurt before by them. I used to believe a part of the system. A lot of folks already. Folks don't care nothing about you. Y'all use y'all doing head. What they doing and what we supposed to do. They looking at preserving and preservation of what they took and what they stolen. And no good. You've been told you ain't going to prosper doing wrong. And yet they do it and taught you that. They tell you it's wrong for you to want to be free from them, want to get away from them. Let God work it out. Why don't let God work it out when folks do stuff to them? Oh, they don't want to talk about that. Why God can't do it? They want everybody to stop shooting, stop fighting. They getting born in, 4 sisters got killed. Oh, stop. let's try to go. Flower, we need to sit down and have some talk. Need to be some type of mediation. Go ahead and kill one of these white folk. When we sit down and talk about that? Let me go drop a bomb, kill 4 white folk. Let's sit down and let's try to talk about it. Y'all think they going to want to talk? They going to want to kill. Everybody is expendable but their own people. Especially when they come to us. And these wars come up, they put a black face up there first. These ones been in that desert, they know they're going to put you up there. They done told you you're a sad nigga. You put a sad nigga out there first. They done been on there, no, them folks ain't got no problem with us over there. Them folks got a problem with him that speak with forky tongue. Who they got a problem with? Folks ain't got no problem with us. They trying to sit around trying to figure why another oppressed nigga trying to fight them. Especially when they sit here and everybody know the plight of our fight. Especially everybody sit right here and know how we being treated. They want to know why you so adamant about fighting for somebody that's oppressing you. Here you got papers in with the United Nations telling me how you being treated, how cruel and inhumane this thing is, and you got a gun shooting at me. I wouldn't free you either, nigga. Gonna try to let you loose, trying to get you. Bow, bow, bow. You ain't gonna touch these white folk. Boom, boom. It just really gets me. We got to start thinking better, folks. At some point, we got to start thinking better. They're good. They tired. That's all they could take. Thank you, Lord.